All right, time for our day 13 debrief. We started out with the hospital, and Two Bit and Pony were checking on Dally, and he asked Two Bit for his blade. Now it was interesting that because of the way their system worked, if the guy says he needs something, then you give it to him, even though this was Two Bit's pride and joy. I thought that was interesting. He just handed it right over, not even a comment. But it's just such a jarring image, a switchblade under a hospital pillow. But Dally plus a weapon just seems like there's no way that turns out well, right? So I don't know if that's foreshadowing or just a decision that may come back to haunt them all. I don't know what he's thinking, but we'll find out soon. But keep that in mind. That feels important. So Pony Boy is seems physically sick, but also something's bothering him, right? He just doesn't feel right. He keeps talking about having a bad feeling, and sometimes it's just nerves, and sometimes we do seem to kind of get a feeling that something's going to go wrong. Now, usually we only remember it when we're right, so it may be that those feelings may mean something or may not. But in this book, you can be pretty sure that his feeling that something's going to go wrong is certainly a warning that the author's giving us. We get to see this conversation with Cherry, which doesn't seem to go very well. There's some hostility, some anger, not really at her per se, but Pony is dealing with a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts. He feels like she's kind of, you know, patronizing, I guess. Don't be giving us charity, looking down on us. But he ends up with, that kind of reminder that they both see the same sunset. So you see him working to find the common ground despite how dramatically different their worlds are. Incidentally, Cherry drives a Stingray. It's a very fancy Corvette. I've been working a long time. I still can't afford one of those, and she's a kid, probably hasn't worked yet, and already has this really, really nice sports car. So Ponyboy is, kind of justifiably. I mean, he's got one brother who didn't go to college and works two jobs, another who dropped out of high school and works so that they can stay together. And this girl is running around in a car that's probably worth more than their house. But I like that he ended up focusing on the common ground. He was trying to kind of reconnect after they had sort of an argument of sorts. And that shows, he was connecting with Derry earlier. He had that connection with Randy even, which seemed really unlikely. So we see Ponyboy finding how people are similar instead of focusing on the differences. That seems really important too. And then they're getting ready for the Rumble. Everybody's getting their preparations. They're getting psyched up, just like we would for a big basketball game or an Odyssey of the Mind competition or something like that. But there's a couple things kind of mixed into that I think are worth noting. One of them is that kind of fleeting thought Ponyboy has. What kind of world is it where all I have to be proud of is my reputation as a hood, which we know is not really deserved, but he's lumped in with the people he hangs out with and the people he resembles. Stereotypes applied. He's put in this box. His reputation and his hair, which of course his hair was threatened by having to cut it when they were on the run. So yeah, what if that's all I have? This is him thinking it, not us judging him. What is this all I have to be proud of? I hope you have a lot more than that to be proud of. Reputation is worth something, but what what do you want to feel proud of? What do you want people to think of when they see you? That's something worth considering. Anyway, it just shows yet another way that he's a little out of step with the other guys who would never have a thought of that depth. They don't. That's just not where their minds are. And he's just thinking, really, just our rep and our hair. Is that all we've got? And then he starts asking the different members of the crew why they like to fight. There's something here. Something's going on in his head, maybe something that's happening in the story, but I think we're seeing him continue to struggle with this idea of being who he's supposed to be, maybe who people would say he's born to be. The cards dealt to him by his birth and situation and neighborhood and financial situation. Um, he seems like he's wondering, what are we doing here? That's what I'm getting from this. So we'll watch that because his struggle with his own identity is probably the heart of the book. You can think on that and decide if you think I'm right, because we don't have S.E. Hinton here to ask what the key thing is. You can probably type it into Google and get an AI recommendation, but I want you to think on it for yourself. What's the book really about? Is it about Ponyboy's journey as a person, or is it about the violence and the gangs? Think on it. We'll talk again soon.